Let's get started. Hi, all. Thank you so much for joining us for our Corporate Events Trends webinar. We are so glad you're here. I'm Sarah, and I'll be your moderator today, and I'm joined by Liz, NAC's Director of Sales, and Brittany from Wilkinson Events, and Jen from ConnectRN. So again, thank you for being here, and I'll have our panelists tell us a little bit about themselves, where they're joining us from, and their companies. And we'll start with you, Liz.
Great. Like Sarah said, I'm Liz. I'm the Director of Sales here at NAC. And we are a women-founded and women-owned company based in the Pacific Northwest, specifically the Seattle area. Sarah and I are talking to you from our office in Georgetown. And really, for those of you that aren't familiar with NAC, our mission is to bring people together one gift at a time. We all know the feeling you get when you give someone the perfect gift, and we think that gift giving should feel that way every time, which is why we are focused on providing you with the tools and the product assortment that you need to be able to create gifts that reflect your customers' values and stories. And we know that this is more important than ever during the holidays. We're also really excited to share that NAC was recently awarded the number 36 spot in the consumer products category for the Inc. 5000 fastest growing private companies. So we've been super excited to celebrate that internally, and we're really happy to share it with you as well.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Jen, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Thank you for having me today. As you both know, I'm a big fan of NAC. I live on the East Coast, right outside of Boston, and I work for a company called ConnectRN, and I am the CMO there. ConnectRN is a tech platform that connects nurses and CNAs to work opportunities and resources to build the life that they want. And our mission is to empower and support nurses on the issues that matter most. And we build the tools and resources at every stage of their career. So we're a fast-growing company as well. We were on the Inc. 5000 as well. So you have been part of our journey and helping us through our incredible growth. So thank you again for having me.
Awesome. And Brittany, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Brittany. I own Wilkinson Events, coming from Gig Harbor, Washington. And we're a full-service event planning and production company focusing on logistics and creative design for corporate events and company morale events. You know, when COVID hit recently, we were kind of doing everything that we could to stay in business, and we opened weddings, as well as we started a podcast, The Seattle CEO, to focus on women business owners and women in leadership. And now we are back better than ever, and live events are really taking off. So we're just super excited for that and to see live events back in action.
Yes, it's so exciting. I love this panel talking about all things events and gifting, and just that we're talking about things happening and being open versus the last 2 years of having a little bit of the opposite. So before we get started about talking about gifts at events, Brittany, do you want to tell us what you're hearing from your corporate customers about events?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, we're definitely back. People are wanting to meet in person. Fall specifically has usually been a really slow time for corporate events, 2019 and before. But October is our busiest month yet. So people are ready to book. We're seeing a lot of last minute events pop up, which has meant that a lot of our vendors, as far as caterers and, production teams, suppliers, all of that are really maxed out, and we're seeing a need for additional people to fill those roles in high demand. And because of that, I'm really hoping that clients start booking a little bit sooner as we head into holiday season, so that we can help execute those events to their ideal vision.
And then where are you seeing these events take place? Are they hybrid, virtual, in person? And then how are you seeing corporations kind of consider remote workers?
Yeah, so for all events that we're seeing right now, they're actually all in person. Very few are even virtual, and rarely do we see hybrid. And the reason for that is hybrid events are nearly double the cost. So companies just aren't really seeing the ROI on them. They're knowing employees aren't tuning in as much as they used to be. And one client I was actually working with was really debating a virtual event because all of their employees are scattered around the US. But instead, they decided to fly them in and then have just an in-person event here in Seattle. for those that they're unable to fly in or need to skip the event for one reason or another, I am seeing gift boxes be delivered and shipped out to them so that they can have kind of a piece of the event and a piece of the morale side of that.
That's nice that they're being included as well. I also think that's so interesting. I definitely would have thought hybrid, but I think that that makes sense, that adding that much to the cost, and we all know it's hard to sit at home watching other people have fun in person together. So that completely makes sense. And then honoring those people with an event gift box that they can have to experience their own level of the event or the memory at home is great. But Jen, I'll turn it over to you. Can you tell us a little bit about ConnectRN and how you use gifting at a recent event?
Sure. So we've done a few different gifting moments over the past 6 to 8 months. I think our most important one happened in May during Nurses Week. And Nurses Week has historically been a time where you celebrate nurses and you acknowledge them for all their hard work. And moments they don't always live up to what I think nurses would hope for. So when we think about the gifts that they get, so we did some research prior to Nurses Week, and what we were hearing is that they either didn't get thanked at all, or they didn't really receive a gift that they felt like was thoughtful, or they just felt a little underappreciated. And what we wanted to do was take the notion of Nurses Week, which has amazing intentions, but we've been living through a really intense pandemic and a high pressure situation. We wanted to be able to take this Nurses Week moment and give nurses something that they felt was very thoughtful and also very meaningful. So we encouraged them to tell us about the gift that they wished that they had gotten, or also a gift that they had gotten that felt maybe a little bit sad and they could trade it in for something that they really wanted. So we worked really closely with Liz to curate 3 different options based on research that we did with the nurses to find out what they really wanted. And as you could imagine, those buckets were self-care or time with their family, or maybe just a moment to reflect. And so things like a spa box where they could do a mask with their friends or on their own and maybe journal in a notebook, or have a pancake breakfast with their kids and their husbands on the weekends. We were able to give them meaningful gifts to thank them for Nurses Week, but also to let them know that they're being seen and heard and valued from us. So it was hugely successful. And we gave over 1,000 gifts within that week's time, and I think we could have, Liz, you remember probably could have been 5,000 gifts. So we were really excited because this was an experiment for us, and we've tapped into this curation of gift giving several times since Nurses Week.
Yeah, it was so fun to see those gifts fly off the shelves. And it was awesome to work with you on that project.
Well, and what I love about that too is just that it was such a powerful campaign and that you were able to have that immediate impact, right? That you got that social campaign and you got the responses, and then, within, probably a week's time that those nurses had those gifts at their door. So you listened and that you built those gifts to honor such an important part of our population. So Liz, I'm going to turn it over to you. What are you hearing or thinking about for holiday gifts?
Yeah, so as the theme is here, events are a really kind of natural time to give gifts to your attendees. And during the holidays, it's kind of the perfect time to give a gift either before, during, or after an event. As Brittany mentioned, it's also a really good time to be able to recognize people that maybe can't attend your event physically. So sending remote employees a gift to honor them and make them feel like they're included is always a great idea. A gift of choice, as Jen discussed, has been proven to be such a popular opportunity since we've launched our Nest platform last year. So something you could do at your physical event is you could consider handing out a card to all of your attendees, or even having a card ready at their table setting where they can maybe scan a QR code or visit a link where they can then go to a web page, select a gift of their choice, and enter their shipping address. Not only is this kind of like a fun shared experience for everyone at the event, but it doesn't require them to take home a box from the physical event. So maybe they're traveling, public transport, taking an Uber. You don't want to have them carrying a box. And this also kind of extends the length of kind of the experience of your event. So when they redeem their gift and get it a few days later at their house, you're really kind of extending like the sentiment of that event. So we love suggesting that to our event clients. Again, bringing up Nest, what we've been discussing a lot of this time. Basically, this is a platform where you can curate an assortment of items, customize your own landing page. This can include videos, images, banner text, even links or PDFs to lead your recipient to download or go to a different web page. Then you're going to invite them via a link or an email to land on that page, select a gift that they'll love, and enter their shipping address. So we love that experience, but sometimes you also just want to surprise and delight your event attendees. So you don't always want to put an action on them to have to get a gift. And of course, we can always collect your shipping addresses and surprise your recipients with a gift to invite them to the event or to thank them for coming. Jen, again, I know that you've used both of these ways. So if you have anything else to add to your experiences with that, we'd love to hear it.
So I'm probably going to get a little overexcited about this, but this is just a game changer for anyone who runs a marketing department. And Brittany and I were talking about this yesterday, especially if you're in the events business. If you want to do any kind of physical gift, it requires so many different pieces. What are we giving? What's the wrapper? How are we going to get it there? Is it going to show up on time? And this was so helpful to us because in this world of hybrid, and still not everyone's back in the office, we wanted to be able to have something where we could serve our nurses in a powerful way, in a meaningful way, when they were ready to redeem versus us sitting in a back closet trying to get a bunch of things and being fulfillment partners. It's just not what we want to be in the business of. So for us, we do everything from pop-up events where we have people redeem a code and they can put in their own information from a privacy standpoint too. That's great. Like, we're not dealing with that. And then also, just the amount of branding that we've been able to do on the platform has been fantastic. We're very snobby about our aesthetic, and we want to make sure that when it shows up, it feels really special. And so the fact that we don't have to do that, like I said, it's changed the way we think about gifting, and it feels really meaningful and high touch in a very simple way. So whether a nurse has shown up as just a one-off gift or whether we're giving out 20 that are very high value gifts, the experience has been really great for us, and it's also we've given us time back. And that's one of the things that I think is really important here.
Mm-hmm. I love that, the gift of time.
Yeah, gifts really have a way to just like connect and unite us all, and really to honor those who can't attend an event or to have a shared experience with everybody who can. And gifts are really a memento of the holidays coming up and really strengthen our relationships.
Yeah. I love that the gifts connect, and I know that we've all experienced that through events or through the last 2 years of being hybrid, or a combination of. Brittany, what are you seeing your clients do for holiday gifts and gifting?
Yeah, so outside of sending, something just fun, that's one of the things that we've mentioned, whether it's a spa kit or something like that. We've also seen customized packages and gifts sent out that tie in with the theme or the messaging of the event itself. So one that was really fun that we worked on, we did a Clue event, and so the teams were broken up, and whether it was Miss Scarlet or Professor Plum or whatever it might be, the gifts were color coordinated with custom images inside the box itself, and just kind of really customizing that for the event, but also sending a nice gift. It had a tumbler, it had snacks, it had all the sweet stuff. So seeing customization is something that we've really seen and gotten excited about for those.
I love that. Themes throughout and customization, our favorites. Jen, did you have anything you wanted to add?
No, the only thing I would say is that obviously we use this quite a bit for our nurse community, but we also use it for our existing employees. We have a distributed workforce, and so being able to reward some of our employees as we grow, we've tripled our audience and our employees over the last, I would say, 12 months. So having this be a way to reward parts of our business when somebody has done something extraordinary, it's been really great to use, not only with our nurse population but with our employee base as well. It's been really fun to do that, and everything from being able to serve up maybe a cozy blanket and a candle over the winter as the holidays, or just some kind of hype gift to say thank you so much, you really stepped up this week, has been really fun. I will say the amount of curation that I can do on the platform is so fun. If I have a certain budget, I can go in and I can really hone in on the products that I want for the use case that's in front of me. And I think that has been so helpful for the team to be able to stay within a budget, but also be able to wow the recipient at the same time.
Yeah, I love that. Just the customization, which is something that we love at NAC. Also that
Mhm.
recipient experience that we've all kind of talked about, receiving, I have some examples of our beautiful packaging, but, having a nurse receive this on their doorstep, someone's
Right.
thinking of you. It just really tips them off that they're about to have a wonderful experience. And then, of course, to our packaging, beautiful packaging, or as Jen said, that customization piece that we can customize what we call the belly band, but kind of the wrapping of this with logos, with wonderful designs. We've seen some really great creative packaging. And then the card, of course, as well, to let them know right away it's for them. And then that great custom recipient message that they can do. There's a QR code for the back, but just really great for the recipient to have that, what we call that unboxing experience, and to feel so special. So speaking of kind of products, Liz, do you want to talk about some of your favorites that you're recommending this year for holiday gifting?
Yeah, definitely. So, we've talked about a gift of choice. So when clients are wanting to offer an assortment, a couple of different gifts, I usually try to suggest products in lots of different themes. So first, Jen, you spoke to this, something family friendly, something that, of course, like your employees are putting in the hard work and your event attendees are, but their families are sacrificing as well. So we want to make sure that everybody is involved. One of my favorite gifts to give for that is our We Adore S'mores gift set. It comes with a really nice s'mores book, so you can get a little bit more creative than your traditional, just like graham cracker, chocolate and marshmallow. We do a handmade marshmallow. We have local to Seattle Theo chocolate bars, and then some really unique and tasty buttergrams, and then some rolling sticks so that you can roast your marshmallows. So I love this gift, especially for the fall, something really fun that all of your family can enjoy together. Again, speaking to what kind of Jen offered the nurses, something spa, relaxation, or wellness. If you just really need some time to relax, the holidays are always super busy, sometimes can be stressful. And so we have this gift here, we call it Your Year of Wellness. It comes with a subscription to a company we partner with called Caravan. And it's basically a subscription for you to be able to enroll in a number of different classes. And they're super quick. So you can do like a 10-minute meditation session on your break if you're feeling a little overwhelmed in the middle of the day, or you can do like a longer yoga session on the weekend. So just giving you some opportunities to find ways to kind of relax. And then that also comes with a do one thing every day that centers you journal. So you can take some time to fill things out and really help you unwind.
Love that.
So we've got family friendly, spa and wellness, and then gourmet food is always super popular. Everybody loves a good snack. But one that I love here for the holidays is called Cocoa Cozy. It has a hot cocoa kit, which contains hot cocoa and marshmallows, a couple of mugs, and then a really nice reversible window pane blanket. It's really soft fleece and kind of gives you like this whole cozy experience for the holidays, including something really tasty.
Yeah, it's like cozy in a box.
For sure. And then the last kind of category I think is fun, especially during the holidays, is a celebratory gift, something that can be, used at your holiday party or even for New Year's. One that we have this year is called Holiday Cheers. It has a couple of stemless wine glasses that say cheers on them. So we always love those sentiments that give a really clear message. A super nice gold candle. And then our favorite candy vendor, Sugarfina. This is our holiday bento box. You can see it's a really beautiful box with 3 different candies inside. And so just, again, another like celebration in a box called Holiday Cheers. And then, of course, as you both spoke to, we do tons of customization. So if you have a theme at your event, like Clue, or you're looking to hit a price point, we can always help by mixing and matching the items on our site to really curate what's best for you, in addition to custom branded product and custom branded packaging.
I love all those examples, and I want each of those. They all look so amazing. I think also we can all agree that the holidays will look again different than they have in years past as we move back to hopefully a bit more of normalcy. I think the one thing that's really been consistent the last two holidays has been that gift component and that element of connecting through gifts. And as you know, in the corporate world, recognizing those partnerships and looking forward, you know, thanking those partners, thanking those relationships, and looking into the new year and furthering those relationships for the next year. So I think those gifts have really been a huge part of holidays forever, for all of time, but especially the last 2 years. And I'm sure will be this year as we kind of figure out what that new normal, the new buzzword, looks like. But thank you all so much for joining us. Jen, thank you so much for joining us and for your time. Brittany,
You're welcome.
you as well. We're so glad to get to share this time with you and get to hear from you and think about what gifts that this holiday season will look like. So thank you also to the participants, but thank you again for joining and have a wonderful rest of the day.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Brittany and
Thank
Jen.
you.
Bye.
Bye.